I'm Dr. Tanya Brown. I'm the scientific director with TESS Research Foundation, and I'm here with Carrie Best. Carrie, can you introduce yourself and tell us what you do for work?
Thanks, Tanya. So again, my name is Carrie Best. I'm the clinical project director for the Center for Translational Neuroscience at Brown University. My role is I oversee and manage several research studies on developmental disorders, autism, epilepsy, and rare genetic conditions. I've worked in clinical and public health research for about 20 years now. I came to choose this career through my academic training in public health, just kind of seeing how vital research is to advancing health, improving quality of life, whether we're talking, on a large scale, population based, or, rare genetic conditions.
Yeah, great. Thanks for sharing that. I mean, you really have such a breadth of knowledge, like being in this field for 20 years. And I think, what you were saying is so important because you have this whole breadth, like looking at populations, but then also getting to work individually with patients and their families. So I think that's a really unique role. How did you pick this career?
Um, I've always kind of worked in health related work, and I think, yeah, just seeing how critical research is, I've just kind of stuck with it. I started doing research in grad school, and I just knew I wanted to make a career out of it. So here I am all these years later.
Well, we are very grateful to have you as a part of the TESS community. And maybe can you share a little bit about how you got involved with TESS Research Foundation and the SLC13A5 community?
Yeah, so my role, I'm the clinical research coordinator for the Rhode Island site at Brown for the natural history study. And I've been involved kind of since the beginning. I was already working with Dr. Judy Liu, who leads our site. Um, as the natural history study was kind of getting started. So I was working with her and the Stanford team and TESS to build up the study at our site from the get-go. Um, and so, yeah, it's several years later now, and hard to believe that it's actually wrapping up soon.
I know it's been such a journey, and so great to have these three sites, Stanford, UT Southwestern, and Brown, but everyone coming together with this common goal. Let's learn about SLC13A5 epilepsy, the citrate transporter disorder. And so, you know, I just want to reiterate how grateful we are for the work that you do and the whole team at Brown, um, really helping us understand this disease. So maybe, taking this a step further, kind of why does the work that you're doing matter to TESS families and the broader community?
Yeah, so I think the research matters so much. What we know about SLC13A5 epilepsy, we know it because of the research that's being done. And it's so important to all of us. This wouldn't be possible without everybody's support and participation. So, I'm incredibly grateful to the families who have been part of this, and just truly enjoyed all the visits with them. It's been just such a highlight of my job to work with these families. But not only is it fun, again, it's so important. We can't advance without everybody's support and participation. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's so true. I mean, families are really the inspiration for everything that we're doing, and what you're saying, like we can't advance, without this knowledge, as we go towards clinical trials. This natural history study is just so critical that we can share with regulators, we can share with newly diagnosed families, we can share with the research community, with families, just saying, this is what this disorder is looking like, and this is what we're learning because we have this engaged team, from starting with our TESS superheroes, the families, coming, and the researchers and the clinicians, just everyone working together. So it's we really are making a lot of progress here with this natural history study. So, you kind of touched upon this, but maybe what's the best thing about being a part of this community?
mean, it's absolutely the people. I think I've truly enjoyed getting to know not just the families, but TESS leadership, um, the other study sites, the coordinators, the scientists. I think just, the it's such an incredible community, which you're kind of alluding to, because everybody is working together to make this happen, with this common shared goal of advancing the research, and getting us to that point where we could have clinical trials and we can have treatments. I just think that it's such a strong, tight-knit community, with truly nice people and who are genuinely caring and support each other and help each other, and have really come together as a family. And I think you really feel that, especially at the conference, when we were all able to come together here in Providence back in August. Um, it's just the people you're surrounded with. It's just the best part of being in the community, and just knowing how invested everybody there really is in making this happen.
Yeah, I I 100% agree. Like the community and the people are so invested, and it's really powerful. I think to feel this community and have the chance to meet in person. I mean, Carrie, I remember the first time meeting you in person, after meeting on Zoom. And then I think it was at the American Epilepsy Society. And it was just so powerful to say, oh my gosh, we've talked, we've emailed, but seeing you in person, getting the chance to like give you a hug and say hello was so
Absolutely.
important to me. And I guess I'd like to turn that around, with you. Can you share about an opportunity that you've had to meet with test families, and, what was that experience like?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've obviously worked with some of the families who have participated at the Brown site in the natural history study over the last 2 years. And I think the longitudinal nature of the study has been really nice. I'm not just seeing these families one time. It's pretty close contact over the course of 2 years, and it's been really very special to get to know these kids and their families, and seeing them over and over again has been just really wonderful. But yeah, so at the conference in Providence a few months ago, um, I was able to meet with even more, of the families. It was so well attended by families from worldwide. And it was just so special, to be able to meet to meet more families. And I think it was such a unique opportunity to have families be able to come together and meet each other if they hadn't met each other before. Um, and I think it was, similar, that same feeling that you were describing, getting when you and I got to meet each other, when I got to meet Amber in at AES last year. There's just nothing like being able to meet in person and hug and just be in the same space. It's just really, really, really special. So yeah, just thrilled to be a part of it.
Yeah, thanks, Carrie. It's true. Like, something that I'll always remember, like we even have photos of like some of the test superheroes, holding hands with one
Yes.
another, with other people in the community. And I think that's such a, like, to me, that it resonates with kind of the community, with what you're saying. This is a tight-knit community, and we're all in this together, and just our superheroes, or why we're doing this, from the clinical research team, that you're driving this clinical research, and we have basic scientists, and our families are really the driving factor behind this all. So
Yeah.
It
I
is
know
really powerful.
it was really special, I think, for our lab-based team members, who are spending their day in labs and, looking at microscopes and, typically don't get to meet test superheroes. I think it was really special, as an inspiration, why are we all doing this? And I think that ability to kind of come together is just, it's irreplaceable. It's very special.
I 100% agree. Well, Carrie, thank you so much for sharing, about the work that you do, sharing a little bit, about yourself and just sharing, why you're involved with this community. Um, is there anything else you want to add or, last minute thoughts here?
Think so. Just thank you to you, Tanya and Kim, for everything that you do. I think, you're both part of the inspiration too. The families are incredibly inspirational, but you know, the uh, the scope of what Kim and you and the TESS Foundation has been able to accomplish and grow and build is just awe-inspiring. So thank you too, Tanya, for what you do, and love being a part of it. So thank
Thanks,
you.
Carrie. Thank you. I mean, well, Carrie, it has been so wonderful to talk with you, and I look forward to checking back in later.
Great. Thanks, Tanya.
Thanks.